Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. Holland's class. And we're going to be doing UFLI lesson 53, day 1, where we are doing digraphs review number 2. So this is going to have all the digraphs in it this time. So let's take a look at our schedule. So first we're going to start out with the phonemic awareness section. So we're going to start by blending. So I'm going to give you a word, or I'm going to give you the blend. So I'm going to be like sh, g. And then you guys are going to say sh, g, shrug. Okay, some of you might tap it out and it doesn't matter what you do. So I'm just doing it with us, okay? It-ol. Thrill. Okay, just me this time. Sp-ol-ash. Okay, one more. Sh-er-a-nk. Okay, we need to work on that because someone said sure, but I did sh-er-a-nk. Sh-er-a-nk. Shrunk. I know there's a lot of sounds in those, but we have to practice isolating them, so we got to be careful with those. Okay, so now we're going to segment. So when I give you a word like chunk, you'll say chunk. Ch-a-nk. Good, let's do throb. B. Good. Let's do shred. Shred. And then struck. Oh, see, we gotta work on that one too. Unk. So the unk does go together, but the rest of it, we gotta be careful. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our visual drill. So when we do this, we're gonna put up a letter and you tell us what it sounds like, okay? Let's do the first one. Unk. W. Oh, this one has two. It's either or th. Good, next one. Oh. S. Z. Or z, like in the word is. I. Oh, they try to trick you there. All right, now we're gonna move into our auditory drill. So my friends need to get their boards and markers out. If you need pencil and paper, you can get them out or whatever. But we're gonna get those out and we're gonna write the grapheme. All right, so the first one I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna try to trick you. So which grapheme, which picture says write it down. What says? Oh, good. I see T-H. You might be like, no, that one says th. It says both. So if you hear like in the word math, then you'll have a TH there at the end of the syllable. Okay, let's try. What can say k? Okay, so I see a lot of my friends, they remember from our last lesson, CK, but that's not the only one. C can say k, and K can say k by themselves, like cat or kite. This, CK, comes after a short vowel sound. So there's that. Okay, let's try what letter can say, or I should say grapheme, because letter makes it seem like there's only going to be one. What can say? Oh, that one's a little bit tricky because it sounds like, but if you look at my mouth, it's a little different. Is different than. So what says that? Ooh, good. I see F. That's what I was getting at. But F by itself can say that. And also, PH digraph can say like an aphid. That's what we've been learning about in class. Aphid. Good. Okay, I'm going to give us one more. What can say That one's a little bit weird. I see someone wrote this, and that's part of it. Says that, but watch my mouth. It's a little bit open here. NG says Great. All right, we are going to move on to our blending board. You guys can put your boards and things away, and I'm going to pull it up right now. And so what we're doing here is I'm going to blend with the sounds, and you guys are going to put the words together and read them off to me. So let's start off with, what's this word?
Ban.
Ban. I need everybody.
Ban.
What about this?
Ban.
Ban. What about this? Bland. I added the L in there that time. So bland. What about if I do this? Blend. That's what we're doing right now. Blend. We're blending it together. Okay, what about if I do just bend? And what if I do this? There we go. Bend. What if I change it to... Oh, you think I'm the best? That's great. Okay, change it to... bat. Okay, I hear the back. I don't hear over on the side. I need my friends on the side to do it too. Let's change it to bat. That's what we're talking about this week. What if I do this? Bam. That's an onomatopoeia. It's actually like a word that it represents a sound. Nerd fact there. Okay, what about if I do this? Bum. Bum. And then I changed it to bum. And then I changed to pump. Then I changed to plump. Okay, they're getting a little bit longer and more complicated. I gotta blend here, letter blend here, letter blend here, but they can all make their individual sounds still. All right, and then let's do. Lump. And then the last one is limp. Great. Now we're going to move into our last section where we're going to be talking about our new concepts. This isn't really a new concept though, because we're just reviewing the digraphs that we learned. So a lot of this you'll be like, oh, we already knew that. But we're making sure that we're talking about all the digraphs this time. So these are all the types of digraphs that we can see. And so in the first digraph review, we talked about CK, SH, TH, CH. In the other lessons, we talked about WH that goes w, w, w. And actually, if you hold your hand up in front of your face and you're saying the w like in white, you can feel it blowing on your hand. So that's how you know it's not just W, it's WH. But then you have PH that says, that's the crazy one. Like telephone or dolphin, or like I said, aphid. Makes that PH sound. A lot of times they're actually in the middle, but they can be in the front of the syllables also. So there's that. And then we have NG and NK. So NG says like thing at the end of thing. And then NK, the N here kind of says this, like at the end of think. So it doesn't go it goes kind of makes this sound in here. So that's why we needed to learn those ones. So let's move on. So CK we know comes at the end of a syllable that comes after a short vowel sound. SH can come at the beginning of a word like sheep, but it can also come at the end of a word like wish. Then we have TH. This one, like, can come at the beginning of a word like thumb. It can also come at the end of a word like math. Okay? And then we get to TH. This one still TH, but it says like, this is called voice because it's vibrating. So it comes at the beginning of words like this, but notice it doesn't come at the end of anything. You won't hear that at the end. So if you see TH at the end, it's probably the unvoiced one. But CH can come at the beginning of a word like chicken, and it can also come at the end of a word like lunch. Very good. This one's kind of tricky because sometimes my friends spell CH when they hear like truck, like the word truck, and that's why we got to be careful and enunciate, because truck is actually spelled TR, uck. This says ch. So we got to make sure that we're not accidentally putting CH somewhere where it shouldn't be. Okay, let's move on. So WH will only have to be at the beginning of a syllable. It won't be anywhere else. So that's how we also know if you hear what at the end, it's going to be a W. But at the beginning, like whistle, hold up your hand in front of your face and say whistle, whistle. Did you feel it blowing on your hand? Whistle. Good, let's move on. PH could be at the beginning of a word like phone. My kids say I have a tiny phone. But it can also be at the end of words like, well, at the end of, so it's like, so if you say dolphin, say like dolphin, dolphin. So it's at the end of that syllable, not at the end of the word, but at the end of a syllable also. So there's that too. All right, let's move on. So NG will come at the end of a word like ring. You won't find it anywhere else in the word, but then NK also does the same thing. You will find that at the end as well, like think. Very good. Let's move on. So this one, they're just trying to like emphasize that like this can be a 3-letter blend, but it's a digraph that says sh with R, so sure, like shrug, and then TH with an R that says thur, like throw. Okay, let's move on. So we have SHR like imp. You still say these together. Sometimes we blend these 3 together, but this says sure imp, and ub. Okay, move on. We'll do the THR. So like three or thrill. It's not, you don't say it all, you can say it all together, but individually they make their own sound. So you have to know that. Okay, cool. Move on. So these were our digraphs from before, and then we'll move on to the digraphs that we just finished talking about. This is all the different spellings of each of those sounds, those phonemes. So remember, you can, if you hear a it can also be F or FF, things like that. So good. Let's move on. We're not going to write together. If you want to pause the video and maybe practice spelling with some of those patterns, you can, but we're going to move on to reading. So watch me read. Shrimp. Strong. Good. Let's all read together. That's great. I can edit that. Shrub. Shrub. Shrill, shrink, thrash, thrill. Let's keep going. Throb, champ, splash, string, when. Oh, I felt it. When. I could feel that. Graph. Oh, there we go. PH at the end. Cool. Now, again, if you want to practice spelling, you can, but we're going to actually wrap this up. So, we're all finished. Give yourselves a round of applause, pat on the back, kiss on your brain, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Like and subscribe.